Thing of female children in Islam. There is an evil practice among the Arabs called mafakazat al-zikar, loosely translated as the thing of children. There is no proper English translation for this practice, simply because it is not a Western norm. Thigh is the part in humans between the hip and the knee. The nearest evil practice to thing in English would probably be child molesting. However, thing is infinitely more evil than child molesting. It is done by an adult man to a female child, with the sanction of religion. Now let us see how it is practiced on a female child and who begin that evil practice. According to an official fatwa issued in Saudi Arabia, the Prophet Muhammad began to practice thing on his child bride, Aisha, when she was 6 years old until she reached 9 years. Fatwa in 0.31409. The hadith which we quoted earlier mentioned that the Prophet Muhammad started having real sex with Aisha only when she reached the age of 9. Therefore, Muslim scholars collectively agree, by virtue of divine example, a child becomes an adult, available for sexual intercourse as soon as she reaches the age of 9. Likewise, the Sharia allows any faithful to marry a 6-year-old child. According to the fatwa, the Prophet Muhammad could not have sex with his fiancée, Aisha, when she was 6 due to her small size and age. However, the fatwa said that at age 6, he would put his penis between her thighs and rub it gently because he did not want to harm her. Imagine a man of 51 removing the clothes of a 6-year-old girl and slipping his erect penis between her thighs, rubbing until he ejaculated on her thighs. To this day, this is considered a benevolent act and is all about the adult not wanting to harm her. How much more harm can a grown-up man inflict to a female child than showing her his penis and stripping her clothes and rubbing his male organ between her thighs? Of course, the twisted mind who would do such an evil to a female child would not hesitate to ejaculate on her body. Moreover, if the person was such a sexually pervert pedophile, he would not stop at ejaculating on her thighs, but he would probably go ahead and rape the child before she become an adult, and is exactly what Muhammad had done to Aisha. Let us see what the fatwa said about the Prophet Muhammad and his child bride, Aisha. Thing of children is practiced in many Arab and Muslim countries, notably in Saudi Arabia and Yemen and Gulf countries. Those countries are notoriously known for that evil practice. It is very common to see a man of 70 or 80 years of age marrying a child of 8 or 10. Recently, an 80-year-old Saudi man married a 10-year-old girl. On the wedding night, the child's privates hemorrhaged so badly until they had to take her to the hospital. Another recent case was of a Yemeni man who raped his child bride until she died. Those were just a handful of the thousands of rapes that take place each year on the pretense of marriage. Sheikh Hamadan intended to marry the child of the Indian maidservant and practice thing on her until she reached the age of 9. At this time, if it was almost 8, she was 7 years and 11 months old. She did not even know what sex was. When she saw her mother stripped naked by the 2 policemen, she thought they were killing her. When the Saudi policeman took her out of the car and showed her his male organ and tried to force her to hold it in her hand, she did not have an inkling about what he was trying to do to her mother. What she did know was that it was wrong to show your privates in public, and she resisted his attempts to fillet him. As it turns out, the sacrifice of a mother offering herself to the 2 policemen prevented a Fada's rape. Alas, her mother was unjustly incarcerated, and if it lost her one and only guardian with no one to protect her from the evil man, Sheikh Hamadan. A quotation from my new book, The Child Bride and the Old Man of Arabia. Please keep visiting Wake Up West website.